Hi there. I'm so happy to see you again. We did a fantastic job in our previous lesson. Today, we are going to revise everything we learned in our previous lesson and learn something new. Are you ready to start? Let's get the ball rolling. Lesson 12. Can you answer these questions? Where are you from? What's your phone number? If you don't remember how to do it, go back to the previous lesson. One of your home tasks was to learn uncountable nouns by heart. I hope you have already learned all this vocabulary. Anyway, we are going to revise it together. I read the words, you repeat after me. A bottle of milk, a glass of water, a jug of water, a cup of tea, a packet of tea, a jar of honey, a loaf of bread, a slice of bread, a carton of milk, a can of Coke, a bottle of Coke, a bowl of sugar, a kilo of meat, a bar of soap, a bar of chocolate, a piece of chocolate, a piece of cheese, a piece of furniture. Take a look at this picture. What can you see here? Is it some sugar? Right. There are two words, many and much. This picture demonstrates our next topic very well. Remember, we use the word many to speak about countable nouns. For example, oranges, children. They have many houses. There are many buildings in the street. There are many children outside. He has many cars. And we use the word much with uncountable nouns or non-countable nouns. For example, water or sand, sugar, rice, oil, and so on. I don't have much money. There isn't much snow outside. How much bread would you like? How much sugar do you put in your coffee? Let's read some more examples. Philip has many apartments in France. We don't earn much money. How much money do you have? How much money have you got is a British option. Sharon hasn't got many friends. There are many students in this class. I don't need much milk. I spent many days there. Most of people don't understand why do we use the word much with money. They say, I can count money. Money is countable noun. But can you say, I have 3 money? I have 5 money? Of course not, because money is uncountable noun. What we can count is currency. There are different currencies in different countries. There are Canadian dollars in Canada. So I can ask, how much money do you have? I have $3. How much money do you have? I have 5 euros. Remember this. If we ask about money, we use phrase how much. And when we reply the exact amount plus currency. So, how much? How many? Take a look at the pictures. Water. How much water is there in the glass? Jam. How much jam is there in the jar? Children. How many children are there in the yard? Flowers. How many flowers are there in the vase? Use how much when you want to ask a question about uncountable nouns and how many when you ask about countable nouns. Let's have some practice. Write down the sentences putting how much or how many in the beginning. For example, number 1, dresses. Dresses is a countable noun because we can say, I have 1 dress, I have 2 dresses, 3 dresses. We can literally count them. We can count dresses. So we use phrase how many. How many dresses are there in the wardrobe? Number 2, water. Can we count water? No, I cannot say 2 waters. That's why I will use phrase how much. How much water do you drink every day? Now make a pause and do this exercise in writing. Then check your answers. Correct answers. How many dresses are there in the wardrobe? How much water do you drink every day? How many cucumbers do you eat in summer? How much sugar do you put in your coffee? How much cola do you drink? How much chocolate does he eat every day? How many cups of tea do you drink every day? How many hats has she got? Fantastic! Let's get to the next slide. Wow, what a delicious picture! Make some questions to the picture using how much or how many. For example, how many kiwis are there? Or how many eggs are there? Pause this video and write down at least 5 questions. You are an amazing student. Let's get to the next one. I will read some questions, and your task is to answer the questions about yourself. Then you can practice asking and answering these questions with your friend. Are you ready? Number 1. How much water do you drink every day? How many close friends do you have? How much sugar do you eat? How many pairs of shoes do you have? How many cars do you have? How much time do you spend with your family? How many films did you watch last year? Great job! Let's learn some vegetables. I read some new words. You repeat after me. A cabbage, a cabbage. A carrot, a carrot. An onion, an onion. A cucumber, a cucumber. A beetroot, a beetroot. An eggplant, an eggplant. A potato, a potato. A tomato, a tomato. A garlic, a garlic. A bell pepper, a bell pepper. Now let's make some small dialogues about the vegetables. Use this pattern to make questions and give some answers. For example, do you like onions? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. What about you? I like them. Or I don't like them. Pause this video and make some short dialogues orally or in written. One more option is to role play them with your friend or with somebody who learns English with you. Now let's have some more practice. I ask you questions and you answer them. Do you like eggplants? Yes, I do. No, I don't. What about you? I like them. Do you like cabbages? I love them. Do you like cucumbers? I like them. Do you like carrots? I like them. Good job. Take a look at this slide. We are going to read the sentences and say, are they true or false? True means correct. Yes, I agree with this. False means no, this is not true. I don't agree. Let's try. Cucumbers are red. True or false? False. Cucumbers are green. Number 2. You can make a salad with cabbage. True. Number 3. Beetroots taste good when they are boiled. True. Number 4. An eggplant looks like an egg. False. But actually, when an eggplant is very small, they really look like eggs. Number 5. Tomatoes are purple. False. Number 6. You put carrots into your soup. True. Number 7. You need a lot of onion to make an onion soup. True. Garlic sauce goes well with potatoes. True. Very well. Thank you so much for your hard job. Let's learn some more information about food and drinks. Usually, people have 3 or 4 meals a day. A meal that we have in the morning is breakfast. Breakfast. A meal that you have during the day, at noon, or in the afternoon is called lunch. When you come back home in the evening, you usually eat dinner. And when you feel hungry during the day, you can have some snacks. Snack is usually something light, some sweets or nuts or fruits when you are not very hungry, but you feel like eating something. There are some questions and the examples of answers in the brackets to make it easier for you to speak. So I ask you questions, you answer them. When do you usually have your breakfast? When do you usually have your lunch? When do you usually have your dinner? Where do you usually have your breakfast? Where do you usually have your lunch? Where do you usually have your dinner? Where do you usually have your snacks? Perfect. Let's learn some more words. Don't forget to write down all words which are new for you. I read and you repeat after me. Soup, soup. Salad, salad. A sandwich, a sandwich. A toast, a toast. Cereal, cereal. Porridge, porridge. Fish, fish. Meat, meat. A cookie, a cookie. An ice cream, an ice cream. Coffee, coffee. Tea, tea. Now let's speak more. What do you usually have for breakfast? Your answer should be I usually have. Then you speak about your real food, what you have in your real life. For example, I usually have a toast and egg for breakfast. What about you? So, what do you usually have for breakfast? What about me? I usually have some porridge and eggs for breakfast. What do you usually have for lunch? I usually have some chicken, porridge, and vegetables for lunch. What do you usually have for dinner? I usually have cottage cheese, nuts, berries, and yogurt for dinner. What do you usually have for a snack? I usually have some fruits and nuts for a snack. Very well. In this lesson, we revised how to answer the question where are you from and what's your phone number. We learned some vegetables vocabulary and some food and drinks vocabulary. What new words did you remember from this lesson? I introduced you a topic much and many, how much and how many, and I hope you understood how to use them in sentences. We practice speaking about breakfasts, dinner, lunch, snacks, and so on. And now you can answer the question, what do you have for breakfast? What do you have for lunch or dinner? And you can ask different people this question now. Let's stop here and have some more practice at home. Do some exercises in the links below. And don't forget to learn new vocabulary. The more words you know, the better your English is. It's very important to write them down as well and practice speaking with somebody. Thank you for being with me during this lesson. I hope it was useful. See you next week. Bye.